Hey, I'm Greg, founder of Kitworks, and we are bringing organization first, super durable, modular, customizable outdoor gear management to pretty much any outdoor activity, from camp kitchens to ski and mountain bike gear to kind of like everyday camping gear for the back of the truck. So this is our gearbox. This is a 75 liter capacity. It's all RF welded, TPU coated shell fabric. It's collapsible down to about 3 inches.
Okay, so what you're holding, okay.
That's the collapsed version of the gearbox.
The collapse, it's pretty much in the lid.
Yep,
right?
Exactly.
Cool.
So you can see like RF welded, completely waterproof up to this point.
So is that what RF welded means?
So RF welding creates the seam that doesn't use any stitching.
Okay.
And these seams are completely waterproof. So it's similar to like what you might see in like a dry bag or a raft construction. So, and then TPU coating just keeps these fabrics completely waterproof as well. So you put the two together and it makes for fully waterproof construction.
Awesome.
This is also stackable up to 250 pounds. So what we're trying to do across the entire line is basically give a customer a no compromise platform to organize whatever gear that they want. Okay. So collapsible, stackable, waterproof gearbox. And now if you have a look on the interior, we wanted to make sure that we brought superior organization to what exists out there in terms of other plastic bins and cases. So all the products are dividable. So gearbox is dividable. Over here, we're looking at our adventure duffel. That's dividable. Mm-hmm. Gear totes dividable.
Yeah, so I come from a video and photo background, and after I've learned about dividers and everything and how to organize my gear, I wanted everything in my life to have a divider to be able to organize it, because I'm tired of a duffel bag where it's just like I just throw all my clothes in and I'm like digging and everything gets unfolded and just becomes a mess by the end. But having dividers to organize your gears, you're able to access it super quickly. So the dividers, it's all Velcro, right? It's not like a proprietary, because I know there's some companies out there that have like, we have dividers, but there's only like 4 options.
Okay, so good question.
Yeah.
Dividers in the gearbox use Velcro.
Okay.
On the interior accessory rails, these are Velcro compatible, but also MOLLE compatible.
Oh,
so we
sweet.
decided to build the whole platform as an open system. So if you have MOLLE accessories or other Velcro accessories, you can add them to the interior and the exterior of any of these products.
Do you have an example of how someone might use that MOLLE accessory? Do you have it like set up somewhere just so we can see?
Well, here's an example right here.
Yeah.
So on the exterior of this gearbox, so this is kind of like my always with me every day in the back of the pickup. So I've got a mesh pocket connected to the outside here, and this has gloves and towels and some cam straps and things like that. So you could use it there, or another example would be like, here's an example of like a mountain bike setup. So here we've got a mesh pocket, and on the other side, we've got a flat pocket for tools and food and stuff like that.
Nice.
I mean, really what we wanted to do was make our customer the designer versus make the product designer like define the way that our gear should be organized. So one of the reasons that we bring a ton of gear is just to help people envision the way this could work in their life. So like we've got a fly fishing setup here. So obviously like wet and dirty gear storage is a thing there. So we've got boots and waders there. Here's a version of a climbing kit. So we've got like chalk bags and things in wet dirty gear storage. Or a trail run or hike setup. So shoes stay stashed away. Like these are all designed specifically for the way that we're going to use them. And it's like my vision of the way that I want these other people to use this might set it up totally differently.
Right, yeah. And I like the idea when you said wet and dirty gear, like since it's waterproof, you don't have to worry about ruining the inside of your bag as well. You can put the dirty gear and whatever you want in there, right?
And if you wanted to just throw it in there and spray it out, you could do that too.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Sweet.
like we all have wet and dirty gear, but not all of the products that we use are kind of comprehend that. So you end up with like dirty mountain bike shoes and helmet and knee pads or whatever if you're a mountain biker, like all occupying the same space and becoming filthy. And it doesn't have to be that way. In terms of like bringing organization to everything that we do. This is the underside of the lid, so it's all Velcro compatible surface to add band organizers or these utility mesh pockets. We wanted customers to be able to organize all the little stuff that typically falls to the bottom of a bin.
Yeah.
So we've got that going on here. And so this setup, as I mentioned earlier, is like, this is what's in the back of my truck all the time. So this is like my version of everyday carry. But these setups are kind of like honed over time to make it a little bit easier for customers. If you go to our website, which is mykitworks.com, you can either build the setup from the base platforms up, adding dividers, adding pockets, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Or we have a shop by activity. So you can actually see, like, what would this look like for a camp kitchen? What is a recommended setup for backcountry ski touring? What is a recommended setup for like kids mountain bike?
Yeah.
And that just makes it a little bit easier for people to get started. You know, we refer to it like a lot of times there's the customer that like loves the box of Legos.
Yeah.
That's like their happiest place to make whatever's in their mind.
Yeah.
And then other customers want like the Eiffel Tower with the directions and like just show me what to do.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like trying to help customers that have both mindsets.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just because if you're trying to build it up from the ground up, you're like, I'm not sure how many dividers I need, or like how many bags I need. But what I like about the system is it's to me, this is like an investment where you're going to buy multiple systems, you're going to have multiple dividers, and you're going to be constantly going back and forth. And that's what I do with my like camera bags all the time, because different situations, different setups, maybe I want to try something different.
Totally.
And then you're able to fine tune your bag until it's pretty much perfect for like that kit.
Yep.
And then the more you use it, the better you get an understanding of how to actually use it and organize your products. And it becomes kind of this fun thing. I'm like, okay, we're going on a trip and we have this many days. How
It's this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a great feeling when everything is dialed and you know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
And like as a photographer, videographer, like lots of gear.
Yeah.
And you need to know where it is when you need it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from that, like from your world too. Yeah.
And it's important, of course, in the outdoor world, right? You want to get to your gear quickly as possible so that you can focus more on doing the thing rather than like digging through your vehicle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even more complicated when you have like kids involved.
Right. Well, in my head, when you were showing the bags, I was like, oh, that can be like a diaper bag.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Totally. Like everyone, wet and dirty gear storage, right?
Exactly.
Like you define the wet and dirty gear.
And so you have one more bag, which is a duffel.
Yeah. So this is the newest release. We actually launched this platform in June. So this is the Adventure Duffel. And what we were trying to bring to the market here was a bag that would stay as organized on day 5 of a trip as it was when you left. So like, unlike most duffels that are just kind of like a big open sack, we're bringing dividers, pockets, wet and dirty gear management, all of the ideas that exist in the rest of the line to this. So like you can see this example here, like, okay, if we're doing a mountain bike trip, I might have mountain bike gear. So I've got helmet, shoes that are, kind of like in their own protected space, hip pack, clothing for the trip, and then space for tech gear or toiletries.
Yeah.
A couple of other things to note about this bag. It's similar construction. We use 900D TPU coated shell. So this is super burly. The base is RF welded. So it's fully waterproof to this level. So this got thrown in the bottom of a boat or it got left out in the back of a truck sloshing around with some water. This would stay protected. And even if the whole bag was out in the rain overnight and it was zipped up, we've got like big water resistant zippers on there. Yeah, so it's like, again, no compromise. It's structured so it stands upright. You can actually see what's in it. Foam all the way around protects the gear. So,
awesome.
Yeah, that's Adventure Duffel. And we do this in a 60 liter, which is what we're looking at here.
Okay.
And a 90 liter gear hauler.
Bigger duffel.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Cool. So what are your prices?
So everything is designed, use the term platform a couple times. So Gearbox is a platform, Duffel is a platform, Gear Tote's a platform.
Okay.
And generally you buy these things naked, with the exception of the Duffel, which actually comes with a divider.
Okay.
And then you get to piece together the accessories to make it yours. So Gearbox is $299. Duffel is $229 for the 60, $259 for the 90. and the gear totes are $159 and $199.
Yeah.
And then accessories range like from $55 everyday tote, which is like a basic RF welded tote that fits in the gearbox, to $39 for dividers, and most pockets and other accessories are between like $15 and $25.
Okay. So let's say somebody wants to buy like a pre-kitted out.
Yeah, so this is probably like around $360.
Okay.
Like this with dividers and pouches and things like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how can people find more information about you guys?
Yeah, so the website is mykitworks.com.
Okay.
We're just beginning to show up in some retailers, so I would go to mykitworks.com first, and then over the course of the next couple of years, you'll see us in more and more places.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.